Peace, family, supreme rising. Welcome back to the university. Back with another banger, back with another original video. Got Rug out here, just coming up here to express some positivity, some love and light amongst the masses. So, as always, if you're new to the university, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button so we can get this video out into the feed. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we drop bangers like this one moving forward. And if you aren't new to the university, thanks for the support, thanks for the love. Make sure you hit that like button as well. So, what's driving you? What's your purpose? Why are you doing the things that you're doing, good or bad? I read this book by Simon Sinek, and it's called Start With Why, and it really changed my perspective on everything that I do, especially when it comes to business, especially when it comes to certain ventures that I feel like are going to help me get further in life, especially when it comes to problem solving. Purpose. What is the purpose of the things that we're doing? Because if we lack purpose, then that's like lacking a foundation. If we're just doing something just to do it, or doing something just because we see somebody else doing it, then when the going gets tough, when adversity hits, when it's time to be resilient, when it's time to prevail, when it's time to push through, it's going to be very hard if it's not something at our core telling us that we got to get this done. So what's purpose? What's your purpose? What is driving you to push you to that next level? Are you competing with somebody else? Or is it because you want to get the job done so your kids never have to experience the things that you experience? So you can help future generations moving forward have a better life than we had? Is it because you love it? Is it because you enjoy doing it? Is it because it makes you happy? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? We look at the world today and it's no organization, there's no purpose, it's nothing. We don't have a common goal, we don't have a common foundation, we don't stand on common ground. And it's sad because you look at 90% of the population, and 90% of the population is poor. So how is it that we are so stuck on color of skin, ethnicity, and nationality, and language, and who does this best, who does that better, who has more money, who has the most appealing spouse, who has the greatest child, who has the best pet, who has the great car? What's the purpose? We look at the world today and 90% of the population don't have their own food source. 90% of the population don't own their home. 90% of the population don't own the things that they have. 90% of the population is making less than $30,000 a year. 90% of the population, the majority of us have the same problems. We're addicted to lust, we're addicted to drugs, we're addicted to certain vices, porn, we're addicted to alcohol, we're addicted to procrastination, complacency. What's driving you? We all have our certain vices. What's driving us to overcome those vices? What's driving us? For when we fail, when we fall down and we go back to those old habits, what's driving us to get up, pick ourselves back up and say, okay, I relapsed, but now it's time to get back into that mode. Now it's time to go even harder so it never happen again. What's driving you? It's this thing where we pass down certain genetic codes to our future lineages, generations. So our bad habits, our bad thought patterns, as well as our good, but let's talk about the bad, the things that stopped us, the lessons that stopped us, our kids will be tested. Their kids will be tested until the cycle is broken. Everyone talk about breaking generational curses, not realizing generational curses is just the curses that was passed down from generations above, and until somebody comes along and say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to participate in this, this is not who I am, and I want to make a change, and then the future generations are going to continue to have those same problems. What's driving you? What is pushing you to that next level? What is pushing you to look at yourself in the mirror? The Man in the Mirror is a powerful song by Michael Jackson. What is pushing you to look in the mirror and say, this is on me? I gotta take accountability for my actions. I gotta take my accountability and for what I can do, because I can't change anybody else. I can't stop somebody from cheating on me. I can't stop somebody from treating me like trash. I can't stop these jobs from paying me bare minimum. I can't stop these educational systems from lying to us and leading us astray and teaching us how to obey instead of teaching us how to critically think and think outside the box and be creative and to create something out of nothing, which is alchemy. I can't stop the food systems from giving us poison and the FDA from continuing to approve poison as far as lead in our food, certain chemicals in our food. I can't stop that. I can't stop that. I can't stop our leaders from allowing capitalism to exist in such a negative way that 90% of the population is building the brand but not reaping the benefits of it, not reaping the dividends from it. I can't stop that. I can't stop someone from hating me just because of my light shines bright from within. I can't stop someone from disliking me just because I do something that they don't like. I can't stop people from making me feel isolated because I'm not willing to go the way they're willing to go. I can't stop that. But you know what we can stop? We can stop accepting bare minimum from these jobs. We can learn how to educate and inform and lead our kids and take initiative in the teaching of our kids moving forward. You know what we can do? We can decide to eat fresh and to eat as fresh as possible and to begin to grow our own gardens, our own herbs, to get our own water sources, to begin to, instead of buying Louis and Gucci and Benzes and Bentleys, we can go buy our own land, 400,000, 500,000, 400 acres, 500 acres here, 10 acres here, 30 acres here, however much we can afford. We can't do that. We can begin to say, okay, isolation is just cause for elevation and the right people are going to come to me, and begin to go out, get outside our bubble and speak to that person in the gym that's working out what you like to do, or speak to that person in the library that's reading the books that you like to read, or speak to that person in the coffee shop that gets the same coffee as you. We can begin to love ourselves and begin to say, okay, I'm not watching porn no more. I'm not jacking off no more. I'm not having sex with just anybody anymore. I'm not smoking weed no more. I'm not drinking liquor anymore. I'm not doing things that are causing me to self-sabotage God's plan in my life. We can do that. We could take initiative and take control of what we can control, and then let the Almighty Most High decide and do what it needs to do in order to lead us in the right direction. We can do that. Biggie said it, man. He said, the only way we can change the world is if we change ourselves. So instead of trying to change and control everybody around us, all we can do is lead by example. And whoever follows, follows. But at the end of the day, it ain't about that. It's about realizing that everything starts from within. That God, the universe, the multiverse, that Satan, or the good and the bad is all resides within, and it all starts with one decision. And then once we make that decision, it starts with dedicated action to create better habits, to create a better lifestyle, to become a different person. Every 7 years, every cell in our body will be dead and we'll be becoming a whole new person. But that won't happen if we continue to do the same thing on day one. We had to do 7 years of consistent change, a consistent growth, a consistent expansion from within. What's driving you? What's your purpose? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? Why? Think about that, family. Why? If you want to start a business, why? Because you want to make money? That's not going to get you far. The fastest way to the billion is to provide a need or to fulfill a service. You want a spouse? Why? You want to have kids? Why? Is it about legacy? Is it about helping somebody reach their pinnacle? Each other reach each other's pinnacle? You want to change the world? Why? It's because you never want somebody to experience the things that you experience. Or is it just selfish gains? Big Sean got this song, Bigger Than Me. It got to be bigger than, your purpose has to be bigger than self. Because if it's about self, that means you're only leaning on self. It's the scene on Dragon Ball, when Goku was fighting Jared for the last time. And Vegeta gave him his power so Goku could finish the fight. And Goku was getting pummeled. He was getting beat down. And right when Jared was about to finish the final blow, Goku had a moment where he heard all of his friends cheering him on, like, hey, you gotta keep going. And that's when he reached Ultra Instinct for the final time and defeated Jared. Because he understood that his purpose was bigger than himself. He could not give up, because if he gave up, then he was letting everybody his universe was on his shoulders. So his failure was detrimental to everybody around him, everybody that he ever cared about. His purpose was bigger than self. Purpose has to be bigger than self. So I ask you to write it down if you got to. Meditate on it. Figure out why you're doing what you're doing. And then work religiously to get it done. Because you can do it. You are powerful. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are worthy. Keep pushing. As always, wish you divine peace, love, and harmony on all. Peace.